Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you the Plastic Hearts book tag. So this was created by Joe over at Joe Annotations, and as soon as I saw this tag, I knew I had to do it at some point. Plastic Hearts is potentially my favourite album ever. Someone who can vouch for that is Christina. She had constant messages from me when this album came out. I was listening to it on repeat every single day, and I probably listened to the album in its entirety at least once every 2 weeks now, and it came out a while ago and I just can't stop listening to it, so I have to do this tag. I have got to look at my notes for this. Sadly, I couldn't remember everything, but what Joe's done is just a prompt relating to the song or the lyrics of the song that I have picked a book for. Don't know why I felt the need to explain that. It's a very standard tag. But anyway, the first song is my favourite song, which is WTF Do I Know? I can't say it as WTF. There we go, I just did it. This is definitely my favourite song on the album. I mean, we don't need to overshare, but the words that really stand out to me are, am I wrong that I moved on and I don't even miss you? It's great. Just great. But anyway, the prompt is name a fierce character who doesn't settle for less. And I did really struggle with this one, but I've gone for Afi from His Only Wife by Peace Adso Mehdi. So I did read this very recently. I read it at the start of April for one of the tandem book tours. And this is about Afi, who is put in an arranged marriage with Ellie, and the only reason that this has happened is Ellie has a girlfriend that the family don't approve of. So they've decided that by putting him in this arranged marriage with Afi, he will ditch the girlfriend and become everything that his family want him to be. That's not necessarily what he wants, and all that Afi wants is to be his only wife. This story follows Afi as she moves into more of a city life, so into Accra, which is Ghana's gleaming capital, according to the blurb. So yeah, it just moves on to her getting what she wants in life. Yeah, she definitely doesn't settle for less. That's all I'll say without spoiling things. The next song is Plastic Hearts. Name a book that reminds you of sunshine. I went off on a bit of a tangent, so we're going to start that again. The book I've chosen for this one is Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. When you say sunshine, when you say summer, this is the only book that I will ever think of. This is my second favourite Jen Bennett book. I mean, it changes all the time. But this is about Bailey, who absolutely loves movies. She's a movie buff. And she meets a guy online called Alex, who is also really into movies. She then moves in with her dad for just the summer. Okay, there was a car outside my window. The point of this is I cannot remember whether it's the whole summer or forever that she moves in with her dad. And it's to the same town that Alex, the film geek, lives in. Then she also gets to know Porter, who works in the museum that she's landed a summer job in. So she hates him. She thinks he's so arrogant and big-headed. And yeah, we can see where it's going really, but oh my God, this book is adorable. I have tabbed it. I've stamped it with my Chloe stamp. That's how confident I am that this book is staying in my life. A guy has just parked outside my window and I feel really awkward filming. Okay, but a quote that I have highlighted and tabbed just to share with you is, sometimes you have to endure painful things to realise that you're a whole lot stronger than you think. And I just really love this book. Like, guys, seriously, I might show you where this car is parked. How am I supposed to feel comfortable filming? Why? Moving on. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in. Okay, the next song is Angels Like You, a book that brought you down to your knees. And I'm going to go with Verity by Colleen Hoover. This is potentially my favourite book of the year so far. I won't tell you too much about it because it is a thriller, so I hate being spoiled on little things for thrillers, but it is a romance thriller. This is about a young female author who is asked to go to a very, very famous author's house because she has had a really bad accident and can't continue writing her books. So our main character is hired to finish off the series. And oh my God, I was just enjoying it. But then there was the twist. If you've read it, the twist. Oh my God, that I almost threw my Kindle because I just couldn't quite believe it. Next we have Prisoner, Name an Epic Duo. So this is a little bit of a niche one that many people have no idea what it is, but I've gone for Osuna and Kurito from Sword Art Online. So this is the first light novel for Aincrad. but it is an anime as well, which is I think where I'm getting most of my inspiration from this, because they are an epic duo. I have read this first book, so don't worry, I'm not going completely off the anime, and I do have the second book that I also want to read. I'm just trying to find, oh, that's her in her underwear, so maybe not. I was trying to find like a nice little drawing of them together. They are an epic duo. Okay, I can't find a good photo now, I guess apart from the cover. But Sword Art Online, if you're completely unaware, is a story where there's a new virtual reality, but it's the virtual reality where you can actually interact with things. So you are lay down completely not moving, but in the virtual world you are fully interacting, you're fighting, you're eating, you're doing everything, okay? And one day they go into Aincrad, which is the new like Sword Art Online game, and they can't leave. And if they die in the game, they die in real life. So Kirito and Asuna kind of team up, let's say, and it's iconic. Yeah, that car has finally moved, so I feel like I'm a bit more into this now. It really put me off. So the next one is Give Me What I Want, a romantic guilty pleasure series. Okay, so I will always stick with what Victoria from What Victoria Read says, and that is that there is no such thing as a guilty pleasure. Everybody should just read what they want, enjoy what they want, and have absolutely no guilt in it. But I have picked an answer for this prompt, and that is the Divine series. It has another name, a Goddess of Partholon novel. So it starts off with Divine by Mistake, then we have Divine by Choice and Divine by Blood. The second two are considerably shorter than the first. But just to give you a bit of an insight on this, this is the author or one of the authors of the House of Night series, so you definitely get those sorts of vibes. But this is an adult romance about a woman called Shannon. She goes to an antiques sale, I think, touches a vase and is transported to this magical world, whereas she is betrothed to a centaur. Bottom half a horse, ladies. It's something. So I've actually just looked on the inside, and I haven't read these since the summer of 2017. I really want to reread them. It's on my list of books I want to reread. This is very well loved, and yeah, definitely would like to read it again. I read it on a girls' holiday the first time, but it says, the only excitement Shannon Parker expected while on holiday was a little shopping. Finding herself flung through fire into the world of Partholon and left with a massive headache, thank you very much, she's now being treated like a goddess. Somehow Shannon has stepped into another's role in another world, and while there's an upside, who doesn't love lots of pampering, it also comes with a ritual marriage to a centaur and threats against her new people. Can Shannon survive this new world and even ever find her way home? It also says not suitable for younger readers, and bottom half horse is all we're saying. Okay, so next up we have Night Crawling, name a dystopian book. And I've gone for one of my favourite reads again so far this year. It's one I've only just read, and that is Dry by Neil and Jared Schusterman. This was such a fun time. It was a 5-star with no question. It's our normal world, but in California, or at least one area of California, there is no water. So they were in a drought anyway. They were told to conserve water, but one day the taps just stop running and nobody is prepared. Nobody has any water reserves, and there is not enough water to go around. And it's all about how people react to such a crisis. And oh my God, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'm not sure what parts were written by what authors. There are separate little chunks, but I feel like there's not enough of them for it to be like a joint author thing. I don't know. I would be interested to hear Neil and Jared sort of explain the process of how they wrote this, because it did read really well. I've also read Scythe, obviously just by Neil Schusterman, and I preferred this one. So maybe Jared has some good thoughts. But yeah, absolutely loved this, and will continue recommending it until something else completely knocks my socks off. Next, we have Midnight Sky. Name a book that gives you road at midnight vibes. So this one I probably found the most difficult, just to like get a vibe of what I kind of wanted to give for this answer. But I've gone with Midnight Sun by Trish Cook. Obviously this came into my mind first of all with the word midnight. It's pretty much the same. It's Midnight Sky, the song, Midnight Sun, the book. But this is about Katie, who suffers with XP. So many car headlights, I swear to God. But I need the natural light for this video. Anyway, it's about Katie, who suffers with XP, which means effectively that she's allergic to sunlight, and any exposure to sunlight is potentially fatal for her. So she lives inside during the day, and she is allowed to go out at night. And the road at midnight vibes I was getting from this is, I don't want to give any spoilers, it is only a short book, but Katie often goes to the train station at night to play her guitar and sing her songs, and yeah, I was just getting the Road at Midnight vibes. Next is Hi, Name a Book That Kept You Up All Night, and I'm going to go with The One by John Mars. I absolutely love this book. This was my book before Dry that knocked my socks off, and we're going to continue recommending it. So The One genuinely did keep me up at night because me and Cole had a discussion about what we would do in this situation, and then my brain started spiraling and I was like, Chloe, this isn't real, calm down, go to sleep. But it did definitely keep me up all night. So The One is a book where there is a DNA matching system to match you to your perfect match, like your romantic perfect match. So it works in this way, and you don't have to do it, it is a service, but it seems like everyone is doing it, so a lot of people get involved. And this book is told in multiple perspectives of so many different characters. We have people that are matched with others that don't fit the sexuality that they are currently identifying as, which throws a spanner in the works. We have a serial killer character who is manipulating the system, I guess, and oh my god, it was perfect. And it kept me up at night. Next we have Hate Me, Name a Book That Brought You to Tears. So I've gone for Going the Distance by Beth Reckles. This book broke me. I'm pretty sure I have only rated it 4 stars, but like that's not important in this situation. It broke me. This is the sequel to The Kissing Booth, and I do not want to spoil The Kissing Booth, so if you have no idea what this could potentially be about, then please skip until I'm holding the next book. But this is about our main character Al, who, let's just say, to limit spoilers, is in a long distance relationship, and she's getting a bit worried about what that means, what it means that the guy is up to while he's away, what it means for both of their feelings, whether they can do this, and oh my god, I cried. My tabs in this, purple is emotional, pink is romance, and orange is snap, for I felt exactly that way. And I guess you can have an example of how I felt with, as we spoke in hushed voices, I felt an ache somewhere inside, not exactly in my chest or my stomach, but just a deep-rooted, all-over kind of ache. I missed him so much. More than anything, I wish I could be curled up next to him with his arms around me, the rise and fall of his chest beneath my head, his fingers teasing my hair. I won't keep going because there's spoilers, but this book kind of broke me. Oh, I read this before Cole got to the UK. I read it a week before he got here in 2020. That's mad. And I was very, very emotional. I have pre-ordered the 3rd book. I can't wait to see where we're going to go with it. But oh my god, I don't think I could read this right now. I read The Kissing Booth and cried my eyes out, so I will be avoiding this book until I get to see Cole again. Next, we have Bad Karma, Name a Book That Is Legendary. So I went on the vibe here that legendary kind of means classic, and I've only read and enjoyed one classic, and that is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. So I am not a classic person. People may be surprised to see me holding this gorgeous edition of Pride and Prejudice, but I absolutely love this, and I had to purchase an edition to keep on my shelves forever. This is such a gorgeous book, inside and out. I don't even know what to tell you about this apart from Mr. Darcy and lots of heart eye emojis. If you have no interest in reading classics, I would just recommend that you at least watch the 2005 Pride and Prejudice movie adaptation, because oh my god. Trying to get into classics, I know that I'm not going to be a massive classics reader, but I think it was Victoria's advice actually to look for books that are like what you read normally, just in classic form. So Pride and Prejudice is just a romance. It's a hate to lovers romance, and I love it. And finally, the last song is Golden G-String, Name a Book That Is a Coming of Age Story. And I could definitely go for the whole series here, but just to only hold one up, we're going to go with Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. So I was very late to the hype train on Alice Oseman and on Heartstopper. I have now read this twice in the past 2 weeks. I absolutely love it. I love the series and I cannot wait to get my hands on volume 4. But this is about Nick and Charlie. If you are somehow unaware, it just says boy meets boy, boys become friends, boys fall in love. And it is the purest, sweetest thing I have ever read. And even the art style is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'm not massively into graphic novels, comics, things like that, but I just love it so much, just so much. But yeah, it is coming of age. It is about teenagers kind of identifying who they are, what their sexuality is. I don't even know how much more to explain it. It's just so good. If you're avoiding this because of the hype, Forget that mentality, just read it. So that is the Plastic Hearts book tag. This is going to be a nightmare to edit. I had so many interruptions and it's really making me start to hate the location of my apartment every time I try and film a stand-up video. When I do a sit-down one, my feet go numb, and when I do a stand-up one, we get cars looking at me, and there's another one on the way out the car park right now, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm not going to specifically tag anyone, because I feel like with these album tags, you've got to be interested in the music to want to do the tag. So if you absolutely love Plastic Hearts as much as I do, as much as Joe does, then please do this tag. Let me know in the comments that you've done it and I will definitely check it out. So with all that being said, please do let me know down in the comments what your favourite song from the Plastic Hearts album is, because I need to know. Mine is definitely WTF Do I Know. Definitely. But yeah, please let me know what yours is, and thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.